Yeah. She gets pregnant, and
Dumb bitch.
yeah, and it literally almost kills her.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
So, and when the baby's born, she already looks like she's 3 years old.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, I thought that was really, really fucked up.
Okay.
And then
that shit was hard to push out of her vagina.
I know. Like, she actually passes out. Like, the whole, 2 chapters or whatever after she has the baby is she's passed out. And it's just her thoughts.
Wow, that's kind of boring.
Yeah, it was. It was terrible.
That was a pretty long-looking book, too.
It was. What made it really long was it was divided into 3 little books. Like, it was called Book 1, Bella.
Took place in the different characters' perspectives.
Right.
Yeah.
Basically, Book 1 was Bella, Book 2 was Jacob, and then Book 3 went back to Bella again.
Right.
Which I hated. I hated Book 2 with Bella, with Jacob's point of view. I did not like it. But I'm not Jacob.
Now, I'm going to go on record here and say there's one thing about the New Moon movie that I like. And that's the way that Jacob transformed into a wolf. The way they did that, they pulled that off pretty badass.
I still like when Van Helsing transformed, when he just ripped his skin off.
Yeah, dude, that was pretty badass.
It's just like,
and
my
you know
God.
what I really liked about that movie? Was usually in most tales and stuff that I read about vampires, usually the vampires are stronger than the werewolves.
Right.
But in that movie, it actually goes by, the real Transylvanian legend that werewolves are stronger than vampires.
Right.
Because
the only thing that could kill Dracula was a werewolf.
Right. And the only thing that could kill a werewolf was a silver bullet. I mean, what movie was it that they like blew werewolf up and just like his pieces formed back together?
I think he told me about that one.
I don't know, but
it was something that the Nostalgia Critic did.
No, the AVG.
No.
He did a movie review of it though. It was on his Monster Madness.
Yeah.
But he was like, up until this movie, I always wondered, what it was like if like you cut off a werewolf's head or something, because they say it can only be killed by a silver bullet. Well, this movie kind of answers that.
Yeah.
They blew it up and the pieces reformed together, which I thought was pretty cool.
I was like, what is he? What was the Terminator, the T-1000 or whatever from Terminator 2?
The second one, I think that was the T-1000.
Yeah.
I love, dude. That was like my favorite, robot in that whole series. Yeah, he was cool. I never did see the fourth movie though.
Actually, no, I've never seen it either.
Well, I wanted to see that because it takes place in the future.
I know they just released on DVD and they got a rated R version.
Oh, really?
Because it was PG-13 in theaters, which was an automatic turn off for me.
Well,
that's what kind of turned me off from the first Die Hard movie, but then when I saw it, I'm like,
dude,
it's still just bad. It's still just
Die Hard was badass.
It was.
I definitely loved that movie. But all in all, I think the Twilight Craze is it's way too much than what it really deserves. I can't say much because I've never seen the movies, I've never read the books, but the cult fan base they make it sound so stupid to me.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know. It just killed vampires for me.
Right, and after all the 4 movies have been made, 5 years are going to pass and nobody's even going to remember what it is.
Exactly.
They're going to move on to the next trend. I think it was you who told me that they're J.K. Rowling is about to bring back Harry Potter or something like that.
No, I didn't say that. That might have been Panda.
Yeah, it might have been him.
I'm not too big on filmography, so I don't know too much about it.
It's not a movie. It's she's going to come out with another series of books.
Oh, another series of books? Really?
Yeah, so I'm wondering, how the hell is that going to work? Because when I read the 7th one, it pretty much
ended the series.
It tied up all loose ends. Now, I will say this, the epilogue talks about it's them in the future, their kids are going to school, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, they could make a series about that.
That might be kind of interesting.
It won't be as good,
no,
but...
I always kind of like stuff like that, where, a couple is made and then they have kids and then it takes place for them. I thought that was pretty cool, especially going to school and stuff like that.
Right, and then that's pretty much how it ends with the 4th book, all loose ends are tied up.
Right.
Actually, no, there was one thing. They talked about in the I think it was in the 3rd book, about how they're planning on moving to Alaska. So go to college or something like that, so that they could, blend in.
Right.
I don't know how that will work.
I think somebody said the wrong word, just shit's blowing up.
Right.
But No, if you are a fan of the Twilight series, I really recommend you kind of get over yourself and go to something better. If I do want to suggest something, I really like the animated series of Hellsing. Hellsing was a really badass series. I watched all 4 discs, and dude, it blew my mind. The manga is even better.
There's only 4 discs of the whole series?
Yeah.
Huh.
Then there's the Hellsing Ultimate series, which takes place more of the manga.
Really?
But the manga goes way in depth in it. Talk about it. It's really badass later on in the series. But if you're really looking for something vampire-ish, I definitely suggest playing Castlevania.
Yeah. It's either that or reading the Vampire Chronicles or whatever, the Anne Rice books.
Yeah.
Because Interview with the Vampire is badass. I mean,
I never saw it.
I read the book. I saw the movie. Like just with any movie that they make out of a book is better.
Of course, because it tells from different points of view.
Right.
Better.
I just liked it because the whole book was, who was it? I cannot remember. I think it was Louis was his name. The main character. I don't know. The main character, the main vampire or whatever, played by Brad Pitt in the movie, is just talking it up to Christian Bale.
Brad Pitt, really?
Yeah, that movie had a lot of
top-notch actors.
Yeah, it had Brad Pitt, Christian Bale, Tom Cruise, and a young what the hell's her name? What was the chick that played Mary Jane in Spider-Man?
I can't really tell you.
Watch, as soon as we stop recording, I'm gonna remember her name.
Probably. But
I can't remember her name.
Okay. No, I really my whole perception of Brad Pitt went way up when I saw Fight Club.
Oh yeah.
#1 favorite movie in the world. That movie was amazing to me. I watched that movie 11 times in 1 month,
right.
and I noticed something different every time. But
that little snippet of Cinderella with a huge cock.
I love that. So when the snooty cat and the courageous dog meet each other for the first time on Reel 3, that's when you get to see Tyler's contribution. Nice fat cock. Nobody knows that they saw it, but they did.
Yeah, and I like how at the end
it shows
the clip.
Well, if you actually watch the movie when he's editing the thing, you can see it too.
Oh really?
You can actually see it on the reel.
Huh. I didn't see it. All I know is that when I watched it on demand one time, I saw the flash. I'm like, what the fuck? And I rewinded it, played it again. I'm like, pop, and then there was just a guy with a huge dick in my face. I'm like, wow.
Yeah. This is Pocky.
Very good.
Signing out.